Far over wide dark waters, the raft of Odysseus drifted, cutting the swell of the deep on the path to the land of Phaeacia. Poseidon, shaker of earth, from the mountains of Salimi saw the man sailing the sea, and his heart swelled black with fury. Striking his trident, he spoke to the wind and the gathering darkness. So then the gods have changed their decree while I was in absence. This man nears the Phaeacian shore where his suffering ends, yet I swear he shall drink his full of disaster before him. Then he drove the clouds together and troubled the waters, seizing his trident and stirring the storms from every quarter. East wind clashed against south, and the bitter blowing of west wind tangled with north wind, born in the bright air, rolling the deep swell. Darkness fell on Odysseus, his knees and his spirit collapsed then. Groaning he spoke at last to the depths of his great-hearted spirit. Wretched am I beyond all men, what end awaits me? Better by far had I fallen at Troy on the plains before Priam, fallen with honor among the Achaeans and earned my burial. Now I am fated to die by the most inglorious drowning. Even as these words fled him, a mountainous wave came upon him, terrible, cresting above, and it shattered the raft into timber. Far from the wreckage he fell, and the rudder was torn from his fingers. Under the water he plunged, and the weight of the sea held him downward, dragged by the clothes that the goddess Calypso had given in parting. Long he was under, nor could he rise through the crush of the breakers, yet at the last he surfaced and spat the bitter salt seaward. 2 days and 2 nights he was driven across the dark water, many times seeing his death in the face of the pitiless ocean. Then on the 3rd day's dawn, when the wind fell still and a calm came, lifted upon a great swell, he beheld it, land very near him. Sharp as the joy that children feel when a father recovers out of a sickness that held him and wasted his body in anguish, so did the sight of that shore and its forest rejoice brave Odysseus. Swiftly he swam, still straining to set his feet on the mainland. Battered and torn by the rocks at the mouth of a river, he found it smooth water, free from stones and a shelter away from the wind there. Out of the sea he dragged himself, and his knees buckled under. Salt swollen hands hung heavy, the ocean had broken his spirit. Skin torn raw, and the brine still streaming from mouth and from nostrils. Breathless and speechless he lay, with barely the strength left for living. Then when his breath came back and his spirit returned to his body, losing the veil of the goddess, he cast it to seaward behind him. Up from the river he crawled to a thicket of olive trees growing close, woven over a clearing where neither the rain nor the wind's force pierced through the tangle of branches, nor sunlight entered in fullness. Under the leaves he gathered himself, like a coal at a fire, berries at dusk and the black ash out on a far lonely farmstead, keeping the seed of the fire alive so he need not rekindle. So did Odysseus rest under leaves, and Athena in mercy shed upon both of his eyelids the gift and the grace of her sleeping.